Things are getting very serious for this game, so let me explain. Now I know everybody was semi-disappointed with the Game Awards show yesterday, and the fact that we didn't actually get anything even though our expectations were relatively low. But one thing that is very clear is it's pretty obvious that it's going to be held on, of course, PlayStation's platforms. But Miles Morales, the voice actor, has decided to go ahead and add some extra spices into this mix with already existing confusion to practically all of us fans as to when a trailer / or new gameplay will be dropped. So we got a lot to dig through in this video. If you can leave a like on this video, it helps a lot, so I'd really appreciate it. But if you actually get to the end and you say, well, I didn't actually enjoy it, then feel free to turn your like into a dislike. But if you could drop a like right now, it helps a ton. So Insomniac's mentions on Twitter are literally just jam-packed with people requesting Spider-Man 2 news, meaning there are literally thousands of eyes watching their every move, from new tweets to the tweets they're actually liking and responding to, etc. So first off, they responded to a tweet that actually said, "Playing Spider-Man Miles Morales again because it's that time of the year." Now they then responded to that tweet saying, "It's the perfect time to jump in again." Now that almost felt like it was something, but let's be honest, it wasn't, right? You can clearly over-speculate if you want to, but I mean, that's just literally an innocent response saying, yeah, it's winter season, of course the tweet that was posted, etc, etc, sure, it's a great time to jump back in. But it would actually be funny if that did actually turn out to be something though. Now this is where things get wild, because Miles Morales' voice actor randomly, and I mean as random as this can get, took to Twitter to retweet the official tweet about Spider-Man 2 that simply said, "Are Miles and Peter ready for what lurks in the shadows? Marvel Spider-Man 2 comes to PlayStation 5 in 2023. Now he did this literally a day before the Game Awards show, and the big question is why? Like, what was the actual point of doing that? Now when you of course take this into account, now on top of Venom's voice actor giving news in the game, Insomniac telling fans to be patient, and then an Easter egg being found literally over a year later in the first trailer that confirms more or less how big this map will be, which of course it basically including Brooklyn, Queens, Staten Island, etc, thanks to the area code that was graffitied on the wall. And then, yes, there's more, exclusive info coming this Saturday from the Deeper Depths host, where he of course said Tony Todd, who is Venom's voice actor, dialed in 10 minutes before their show, and that there is more info. Now of course what that will actually be is questionable, but that's going to be released on Saturday. Of course the theory and speculation that we will have now is, was it held off until now as they may have needed to get the green light from Tony, etc, but that's dropping this Saturday nonetheless. Now all of this stuff has literally happened this past week. But wait, again, there's one more thing. A new Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse trailer of course swings in next week on December 13th, and well, if we go back to 2018, they did the exact same thing with the first Spider-Man game, where it was basically tied into the movie hype. Now Sony has had a huge year thanks to God of War, and of course the awards for that game got yesterday on the Game Awards show was great, and the fact that they have two superhero exclusives under their belt from Insomniac, of course being Spider-Man 2 and Wolverine, they are going to want to hit even more sales than ever before, and they can't afford to not have a big AAA title release next year, which of course is clearly going to be this Spider-Man game. But what's very weird is they usually are the first ones to just bang on about their exclusive titles, and of course their exclusive titles are great, but the fact that they are literally reverse engineering this now and doing the complete opposite is very, very interesting. Now let's be honest, we all hoped that the Game Awards would give us something, but deep down we knew that it's unlikely because, well, on the grand scheme of things, Sony don't actually need it. But a new info / or trailer and even possibly gameplay is undoubtedly imminent, as the marketing would need to begin next year, but also a crazy part is DC coming in with the Suicide Squad game that revealed Batman is making an appearance, which was huge, so fans of DC are stoked, as of course we all should be. But it's interesting, as with all the Game Awards announcements yesterday, this kinda gives a clear runway for Insomniac to now drop something huge and ultimately grab the spotlight, especially over the holiday seasons. So as I just mentioned a moment ago, with usually Sony being the first ones to just, I guess, brag about their exclusive titles because they are great titles, and now doing the complete opposite, I guess things might make sense. Of course, the PlayStation Showcase initially was when we did hope to see something. If we go back to the track record, etc., I guess if we have any dates to go by as to when a PlayStation, of course, Showcase is going to be next, could realistically be February, but let's be honest, even then, I don't think we're going to be waiting that long to actually see something for this game. Now, if I have to be brutally honest, I just don't think we're going to end this year without any info on the game. It would just feel super weird if that is actually going to be the case. Now, even if we have the worst case scenario where they are having difficulties on production, which I doubt, and have already delayed the game to, let's say, later in the year next year, which of course would not actually be an issue as we never would have known any different anyway, they would still have something to show. And when I say something, I'm talking whether that be a screenshot or then, I guess, turning the heat up a little, a gameplay trailer, or a trailer in general, just something new to grab the attention back, as it's literally been over a year since we've had any news, and now, well, people are questioning. And again, if you want to look back on the track record, even with games like Miles Morales, though, that wasn't supposed to have that huge lead up like the first Spider-Man game did. If you take a look at the track record for that game and the first Spider-Man game, technically we are actually overdue a new trailer, or just new info as a whole. Now, the thing is, nobody is asking for the game to be released right now. I think it's safe to say we all want them to take as long as they possibly can do. However, all we do want is just info, and that's literally a situation where fans have been patient now for over a year with just pure radio silence until this week practically. Now, the team at Insomniac are great, and I literally have no doubt that this game is going to be great. But whatever strategy is in place right now feels painful, but I guess it might be working because, hey, we are all here saying, where's the Spider-Man game? What's going on with that? Now, as I say though, maybe it's a genius move to not have shown at the Game Awards and rather let the dust settle a few days and then bam, here you guys go. Here's a Spider-Man 2 trailer. Everybody would love that. So let's see where we stand ultimately in the next 4 days or so once we get this Across the Spider-Verse trailer. Now, the news that dropped on this map, however, is huge. So if you're not aware of what's going on with that stuff, you need to check the video out on screen because it will blow your mind on how this info was discovered and what it really means.